Welcome to Ripperly. This is where we take the sources you send us, dive deep, and pull out, the really interesting stuff. It's kind of like your fast track to getting up to speed.
Exactly. And today, we're stepping into the squared circle.
Mm-hmm.
A listener asked us to break down the latest WWE Friday Night SmackDown, May 16th, 2025, from Greensboro, North Carolina. We've got match results, backstage goings-on, the works.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. So, our mission for this Ripperly deep dive, give you a quick but really engaging overview of what went down. Key moments, surprises, maybe what's coming next. If you missed it or just want to get the lowdown, you're definitely in the right place.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so SmackDown kicked off. Joe Tessitore on the mic, but the cameras were already backstage. First thing we see, WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton arriving. Looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, sets the tone right, puts the women's title front and center. And right after, Nia Jax arrives, too. And she walks past this big truck, with Stratton's fat all over it.
Oh, yeah. Nice little visual cue there. Reminds you instantly about their rivalry without needing a whole segment. Smart.
Definitely. Then we got a quick video package recapping WWE Backlash. Always good for a refresher.
Standard stuff. But then into the ring action, we had the U.S. champion, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and Jeff Cobb, though Solo kept calling him JC, which was a bit odd.
Yeah, that was weird. And you could feel some tension there, right? Solo immediately starts saying he helped keep the U.S. title in the family through Cobb.
And Fatu gave him a look, like, hold on a minute.
Exactly. Hints at maybe a power struggle or just, different priorities in that group. Then Solo pivots, says he's going for the Money in the Bank briefcase, wants a shot at the WWE Championship.
Which, okay, fair enough. But then Fatu gets this huge reaction. He reminds everyone he brought the title in, says he's going full gas, full throttle, with or without Solo. Crowd ate it up.
Oh, yeah, they were fully behind Fatu there. But then things got kind of awkward.
Understatement.
Yeah.
Solo basically demanding Fatu say, I love you, Solo, really loudly. It felt forced, really forced.
It really did. Like, trying too hard to project unity, maybe. Covering up some cracks, perhaps. It's interesting seeing Fatu connect naturally with the crowd and then Solo doing that.
You could just feel the cringe. But before Fatu had to profess his love any louder, the music hits.
LA Knight.
Yep. Pops up at the commentary table, seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Solo, Fatu, JC all turn.
And bam, Knight just goes after JC, slams his head on the announce desk. Quick attack, quick exit.
Total chaos. What was that about? Just messing with them. Targeting JC specifically.
Hard to say for sure. Classic surprise attack, though. Throws everything off balance, gets people talking. Is it about the U.S. title? Is it about Money in the Bank? Is it just LA Knight being LA Knight? Creates that immediate intrigue.
Definitely keeps you guessing. Okay, shifting gears a bit. The women's division. Backstage, we saw B-Fab giving Mitchin a pep talk for her Money in the Bank qualifier.
Yeah, a bit of encouragement. Then Chelsea Green shows up with Piper Niven and Alba Fire.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, well, she's Chelsea.
Predicting victory, naturally. And then she starts talking about her, what was it, socioeconomic policy and trickle-down effects for her secret service.
Yeah, classic Chelsea. It's completely out there, but that's her character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Makes her stand out. You remember it, even if you're just rolling your eyes.
True, true. Then Alexa Bliss walks in, addresses Chelsea directly. You could kind of see where that was heading.
Foreshadowing, definitely. And B-Fab mentioned that Piper and Alba wouldn't have backup at ringside. Little detail, but could be important.
Could be. So the match itself, women's Money in the Bank qualifier, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, Mitchin, triple threat.
And Bliss gets the win. Hit the Sister Abigail DDT on Chelsea. Big step for her getting into that ladder match.
Huge win. Okay, tag teams next. We saw that recap. Axiom and Nathan Frazier for Axiom beating the Street Profits in a non-title match.
Right, and then immediately getting jumped backstage by hashtag DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. Things are getting heated in that division.
No kidding. So that led straight into a match. Fraxium versus hashtag DIY Gargano and Ciampa.
And kind of surprisingly, Fraxium pulled out the win. Axiom got a roll-up on Gargano. Clever finish.
But you knew hashtag DIY wouldn't take that well.
Yep. They jumped Fraxium right after the bell.
But then the Motor City Machine Guns ran down for the save.
Yeah. So now you've got Fraxium, hashtag DIY, MCMG, and the Street Profits all kind of circling each other. It looks like they're really trying to build up that tag scene with multiple teams.
Definitely feels like it. Okay, more backstage stuff. Ray, Phoenix, and Andrade are chatting, presumably about Money in the Bank.
And Solo Sikoa, Fatu, and JC roll up, demanding to know where LA Knight is.
But Phoenix and Andrade played dumb, wouldn't give him up. Loyalty, right. seems to be a theme.
Yeah, or maybe just not wanting to get involved in Solo's business. Shows Solo doesn't exactly command universal respect, maybe. Isolates his group a bit more.
Good point. We also saw Nia Jax warming up, and Naomi was watching her from a distance.
Yeah.
Very intently.
Ooh, yeah. That adds another layer to the women's title picture. Naomi's definitely still got her eyes on that prize, and probably on both Stratton and Jax.
Keeping her options open. Then some good news for Fraxium. The Street Profits found them backstage.
And told them they're getting a tag team title shot next week.
Wow, quick turnaround. After that non-title win in the backstage brawl, they get a championship match.
Validates them, right. Shows the Profits respect them, even after the loss. Sets up a big match for next week's SmackDown.
For sure. Now, R-Truth. We got that sit-down interview with Wade Barrett talking about the Backlash press conference, you know, the table incident with John Cena.
Oh, R-Truth. He's just something else. His explanation was pure truth. Still loyal to Cena, still thinks Cena put him to the table for his own good somehow.
And he's absolutely convinced it's his time now, even after, you know, going through furniture.
His optimism is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Said he talked to Nick Aldis, said he's winning at Saturday night's main event no matter what.
Which led to the official announcement, John Cena versus R-Truth. Non-title match at Saturday night's main event. What is that even going to look like?
Who knows? That's the fun of it, right?
Yeah.
It's pure character and story. Can Truth's unique brand of belief actually pull off an upset against Cena? It'll be entertaining, that's for sure.
Guaranteed. Okay, next match coming up. Aleister Black makes his entrance. We got a video package, too, reminding us about Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. That feud is definitely not over.
Not by a long shot. And speaking of feuds, backstage again,
Yeah.
The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Hayes doing his Carmelo over everybody thing.
And Miz playing his own entrance music. Their whole dynamic is interesting.
Yeah, interesting is one word for it. Potentially volatile.
Maybe. Because their match, Hayes versus Aleister Black, it was all about Miz's interference.
Yep. Miz stopped a moonsault, grabbed Black's leg during a pin.
And then finally just attacked Black on the apron, causing the DQ.
And the crowd hated it. Loud boos.
Really loud. It protected Black, I guess, but man, that finish didn't go over well live.
No, but it builds heat for Miz and Hayes.
Yeah.
Right? Makes them look like villains who can't win clean. And then Hayes attacks Black after the match, too, with nothing but net, adding insult to injury. So Black's got a target on his back now from both of them. Okay, quick backstage bit. Byron Saxton tries to talk to Alexa Bliss. She's in a hurry.
Yeah, politely brushes him off. But then she runs into Charlotte Flair.
And tries to remind Charlotte they were friends back in NXT.
And Charlotte's like, nope, don't remember. Ouch, cold.
Seriously cold. Shows how things change, I guess. But then Julia shows up right after.
Yep. And Nick Aldis tells Charlotte they need to chat about Money in the Bank. And as Aldis and Julia walk off, Charlotte gives Bliss this look.
Dismissive. Yeah.
Huh.
Clearly things are heating up among the women vying for those Money in the Bank spots. Julia arriving adds a whole new dynamic, too.
Definitely. How's Flair going to react to this new competition? And poor Bliss getting the cold shoulder. Lots of potential drama there.
For sure. Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre is walking backstage. We get another video package, this time focusing on Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax, building to the main event.
Right. But first, McIntyre hits the ring. He's there to respond to Damian Priest's challenge for a steel cage match at Saturday night's main event. And he sounded mad. Really fed up with Priest interfering all the time. Said he's going to end it, finally, inside the cage.
He seemed absolutely determined. Wants that finality. As McIntyre leaves, here comes Solo, JC Mateo, and Fatu again.
And Jimmy Uso cuts a quick promo before his match, which was the men's Money in the Bank qualifier. Solo versus Jimmy versus Rey Fenix.
Triple threat chaos, pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
And yeah, lots of interference from Fatu and Mateo down the stretch.
Felt kind of inevitable, didn't it?
It did, and it led to Solo hitting the Samoan spike on Phoenix for the win. Strengthened numbers for Solo's crew, despite whatever tension might be there.
But hold on, LA Knight wasn't done?
Nope. He hits the ring after the match, goes after Mateo, Solo, Fatu. Just clears house.
And Nick Aldis comes out again and makes another match right there on the spot. LA Knight versus Mateo.
Talk about seizing the moment. Keep Knight involved. Keep the chaos going. But
more interference in that match too, right? Solo kept distracting Knight.
yeah, repeatedly.
Yeah.
And it allowed Mateo to hit the Tour of the Islands for the win.
And the crowd reaction.
More boos. Pretty significant ones. People weren't happy with that finish either.
Yeah, you got to be careful with too many interference finishes, I think. Starts to wear thin.
Agreed. Okay. Commentary then mentioned the tension between Berto and Santos Escobar.
Right, and then we saw Angel Garza and Escobar backstage Escobar's worried about Berto, asks Angel to basically bring him back into the fold, talked about loyalty again.
Seems like there might be some trouble brewing within the LWO, or Legato, whatever they are now. Internal conflict.
Definitely something to watch. Okay, Tessitore then officially hypes the Women's Championship main event. We get an ad for Rajay Uso versus Braun Breaker, more qualifiers.
The road to Money in the Bank is definitely paved, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
And then a Shinsuke Nakamura video promo.
In Japanese, yeah. With subtitles. Said he's coming for Night in Black to qualify for Money in the Bank.
Setting up another big match. And then they announced 3 huge ones for next week's SmackDown in Savannah.
Okay, what were they again?
Aleister Black versus LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's a Money in the Bank qualifier. Then Zelina Vega versus Charlotte Flair versus Julia. That's a women's U.S. title, #1 contenders, and Money in the Bank qualifier match.
Double states.
Exactly. And the Street Profits versus Fraxium for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Okay, next week is absolutely loaded.
Seriously stacked. But first, still building to tonight's main event. Backstage one last time, Tiffany Stratton runs into Jade Cargill.
And Jade just lays it down. I'm next. Doesn't matter who wins the main event.
And who's watching in the background?
Naomi, still lurking.
Always watching. Stratton fired back, though. Said Cargill would never be good enough to cash in Money in the Bank if she won it. Ooh.
Shots fired. Setting up that future clash perfectly. Stratton's confidence, Cargill's determination, and Naomi potentially playing spoiler.
Could be. Great setup. And Tessitore says the main event is next.
Finally, Nia Jax makes her entrance first. Then the champion, Tiffany Stratton, WWE Women's Championship on the line.
And it was pretty chaotic, as you'd expect. Hard-hitting match.
Then the interference started, right? Naomi came down with a chair.
Yep, looked like she was going after Stratton, but Jade Cargill cut her off. They start brawling at ringside.
Complete chaos outside. What happened inside?
Well, amid all that, Nia Jax grabbed the title belt itself. Looked like maybe she was going to use it.
But Stratton turned the tables.
She did. While Jax was distracted, or maybe considering using the belt, Stratton grabbed that chair Naomi brought down.
Oh. Used the chair on Jax.
Whacked her with it, then hit the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. Stratton retains.
Oh. A chaotic finish, using the interference to her advantage. Stratton walks out champion, but man, that division is a powder keg. Jax, Cargill, Naomi, they're all coming for her.
Absolutely. So wrapping up this Ripperly deep dive, SmackDown delivered a lot, didn't it? Unresolved issues everywhere, Money in the Bank picture getting clearer, but also more complicated.
Yeah, and those matches set for next week and Saturday night's main event look huge. Lots to think about. That LA Knight situation, the tag team turmoil, what's going to happen with R-Truth and Cena.
And the women's division is just incredibly volatile right now.
Totally. Well, that was a pretty packed show to break down. Thanks for diving deep into the wrestling world with us for this Ripperly session.
That was Ripperly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.